Hey everybody, this is Alexander Hare with Optimum Joy, and for Zoom status quarantine, we kind of gotten away from videoing our videos in office for our therapist. So I'm here to introduce Pete Marlow. He's a therapist, and we're just kind of going to run through some questions so that if you're interested in doing therapy with me, you can kind of get to know him a little bit before actually sitting down in the office. So I would say maybe the very first thing, Pete, is I'm curious what first interested you in the field of counseling generally.
Yeah, so I think it was just when I realized that I was having so many therapeutic conversations with people in my personal and professional life. And it was just really rewarding for me. And that's when it hit me that I could just be doing this as my career. I just have a natural pull towards those deeper conversations with people, and just a strong desire to help others. So it's kind of a no-brainer decision.
Yeah, no, that makes
Yeah,
sense. I feel like that's a lot of people's experiences. They feel like a helper, so they go to be a helper as a therapist.
yeah,
Do you have a
yeah.
do you have like a favorite thing about being a therapist?
The most, and probably my most favorite thing is watching that change happen in people's lives. Just because I know that I'm not forcing the client to change like it's some kind of magic trick. That's impossible. But it's something they're grabbing a hold of themselves. So just seeing clients feel empowered like that just brings me a lot of joy.
I like that you said it's not a magic trick 'cause I feel like therapy takes so
Yeah.
much. It's like change actually does happen, but it takes time. Because I used to
Hmm.
listen to somebody who say, like, as long as it took you to get into this problem, it's not quite gonna take as long to get out of the problem, but it's like if you
Right.
put in a lot of time to have some type of struggle, it's probably gonna take some time on the other end, but change does actually happen, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see, when you aren't in the office or, like, being a virtual telehealth therapist, how do you spend your time when you're not, like, have your therapist hat on?
Sure. So obviously, currently with COVID going on, my wife and I just hang out around the apartment a lot. But I do enjoy cooking, doing puzzles, which is a COVID thing, board games, podcasts, plenty of TV. Some of my favorite TV shows right now are What We Do in the Shadows, Bob's Burgers, Queer Eye, The West Wing, Frasier. So lots of television. And when there isn't a pandemic happening, I really enjoy going to concerts. And then, like when the weather's nice, my wife and I just head to this park by our house and like to just sit back, relax, and read for a little while.
Yeah. Maybe piggybacking on that, I'm curious about if there's anything you do activity-wise, outside the office that others may not actually know about you. Um, just for kind of like a sneak peek into Pete Marlowe's life.
Yeah, yeah. So some friends and I recently started a band, and we play in my friend's basement, which is as cool as it sounds. I would say keep an eye out for us, but there's no way I'll ever play in front of people. So, like even if we got to get a bowling alley, I'm with like five people watching. There's no way I'm ever going and doing that.
Do you guys have a band name?
So we're trying to figure out something, since we're all like guys in our 30s, we're trying to figure out some play on like dads, since all of us are dads or want to be dads someday. And somebody came up with the name of Dad Mama Pajamas instead of Bad Mama Pajamas, which good dad humor there. So I feel like yeah,
Yeah.
that's a
Wow.
possibility.
Uh, maybe, yeah, everybody be on the lookout for dad member pajamas.
Yeah, exactly.
God, let me think. So if we were to maybe if someone were to introduce you outside the office, or just like in your life that knows you, I guess would be a better way to say that. What do you think they would say about you?
Oh, I think I would want them to say that Pete's a really welcoming and joyful person. He cares a lot about other people, and that he's just always telling jokes and doing bits that are at best dad humor. So yeah, that's
Honestly,
probably
that's one of my favorite things about you is your humor. You're actually super funny, and sometimes it's like a very dry
thanks.
wit, which it's like dad jokes and dry wit. I like that about you.
Right. There's a
So,
lot of Monty Python growing up, so that's
oh my gosh, yeah, how can you not integrate that into your life? If that's the case. So, A classic question that we're always asking in these bio interviews is just the question of like what brings you joy. And I think partially because the name of our organization is Optimum Joy, but also joy is kind of a important concept, when it comes to therapy and like internal wholeness and all that different stuff. So, I'm curious just like what generally or specifically speaking brings you joy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm more of an introverted person. So I enjoy being around people, but just small groups of people that I'm really close with. That's what brings me the most joy. I love spending time with my nieces and nephews, just watching bands. I really like to, uh, I really enjoy, and just tuning everything else out, like when I'm at a concert. Um, yeah, I think probably what brings me the most joy is just my wife and I ordering takeout on a Friday night and finding something to watch. So
Nice. I like that. Very chill. Now that we're kind of, the whole point of this again is just for people to be able to get to know you a little bit before actually like sitting down and talking about life with you. So, it's just kind of nice to hear sneak peeks on your life, but I think it's important to kind of also think you as a therapist, to be able to like speak to people who are also maybe just like thinking about counseling and stuff. So I'm curious, kind of like from your heart, what would you say to people that you would like, what would you want people to know about counseling?
yeah. So for me, I think I really believe that every person is their own best counselor. And me as the counselor, I'm here to ask questions and provide whatever tools I have in my toolbox. Um, and I would want them to know that counseling takes hard work, and that it can be uncomfortable sometimes. But honestly, it's the same as when your body is healing from an illness or an injury. We're always wary of people who claim to be able to provide quick and easy fixes for physical ailments. And I just think we should do the same with mental health.
Yeah. I love that we're our own kind of best counselors. I always think about the
Mhm.
idea that people are really the true experts on their own life. So to
Yeah.
be able to combine your expertise of like going to school and having a personality that's a helper and a listener with like someone's just like knowledge and insight on their life is truly like a formula for change, I guess is like a way to say it. But I love that you say that. I guess lastly, our last question just to think through together is like for people who are considering coming to counseling, but maybe haven't quite
Sure.
decided to take that step. Like, what would you say to people who are considering seeking out counseling?
Yeah. So I think that the reason they're even considering it is because deep down they have hope that things will get better and they know that counseling can be helpful. And I really think hope is possibly the most valuable thing we can have. Um, I would say to them that I'm really excited for you to start counseling, to put in the hard work and to start to heal, and to just keep, yeah, pursuing that hope. There's a reason that you have it.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Thanks a lot, Pete. Well, I feel like I've learned a few things about you today, actually. Mostly, I've learned mostly more about your musical endeavors as an individual. Um, but
Oh
maybe just
man.
to kind of wrap this up, Pete Marlow, he is a therapist here at Optimum Joy. I don't know if this is probably would be you'd be able to see this in like reading your information on your bio and stuff, but that you're mostly kind of
Mhm.
focus a lot on just like emerging adult males, maybe some
Mhm.
issues around sexuality, if we could say that, and then also
Mhm.
kind of getting more and more into just really helping couples navigate just all the stuff that comes with trying to
Yeah.
make a really vital, supportive, vibrant couple relationship and stuff like that. So, would you add anything to that
Yeah.
that I missed?
Yeah. No, I think you hit it on the head. That was perfect.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming on here, Pete. Really appreciate it. And I will probably see you on some type of office call soon. So,
Yeah. All right. Take care.
thanks, Pete.
Bye.